Like always, today's episode is brought to you by our amazing sponsors: gluten-free diet water, premium junk clothing, Williamson wines, Good Dudes coffee. Gluten-free diet water. Stay hydrated with a refreshing twist. Perfect for those health-conscious listeners. Premium junk clothing, for those who love to express their unique style with high-quality fashion pieces. Visit premiumjunkclothing.com and use code EverydayGSD15 at checkout. Williamson Wine, natural artisan wine from Napa and Sonoma. Good Dudes Coffee, veteran owned by former Navy SEAL Josh Bridges. Every cup is brewed with passion and dedication to quality. Visit their website at gooddudescoffee.com and use discount code EverydayGSD10 for an exclusive offer. And also, don't forget to visit the Everyday GSD store at darinbibeau.com for all your official Everyday GSD merchandise. And now, let's dive into today's episode. Welcome to the Everyday GSD podcast. Today's special guest in the restaurant series, Sara Wilson, 37-year-old former competitive gymnast. But I'm going to guess that's probably where you get a lot of your drive and your discipline from. Athletic people are prone to be more getting after it in the GSD mentality.
I agree.
In my opinion, and that's only my opinion. You're one of the partners at Monterey Coastal Cuisine. CT, Chris Thomas, is your partner, one of the partners. He is the founder. I'll say the brains behind the operation, but you guys are all the brains behind him. You're an only child. You were born and raised in Carmel, Indiana, where you still live. You have one son, Logan. He's 17 years old, and he's a senior at Carmel High School. How many people are at Carmel High School now?
I think close to 6,000.
6,000 people. It's wild to me.
Like
I know people have heard this on the show before because I talk about it, but the very first time I was moved to Carmel, I was driving down the road. I was kind of confused, a little bit lost where I was going, and I pulled over and I called my friend. I said, I don't know, I'm near this college campus, and he was like, I don't know where you are. He's thinking like I'm at Butler or something, and I'm like, it was Carmel. I didn't realize it was a high school. It was an actual high school, not a college campus. Okay, more on your bio here. You come from a family of small business owners. Your grandfather, the real GSD kind of guy, he started Wilson Partenheimer. Okay, I practiced that a few times. I didn't get it right. Partenheimer. Your dad took over the business, and the plan was for you to also do that, but that was not your passion. Your mom actually worked with your dad as well. But you've been in this industry for over 22 years. You started off at 15 years old. I love this, that you actually were fired. What's SAMS? SAHMS? SAMS. SAMS. So you got fired when you were 19 because you were not cut out for the industry. Shame on them. Look at them looking back going, damn, did we make a mistake? Okay, you also worked at Fox and the Hound, which used to have, there used to be a handful of them around here. And you had your mentor, your first mentor, Amanda Seven.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're still grateful for this day for your mentorship with her.
I really am.
That's awesome. We'll get into that. So, she taught you serving, bartending, sales management, all that stuff. Oh, that's awesome. And you actually met CT when you were working at Fox and the Hound. And I'm going to say CT for those of you who don't know. CT is Chris Thomas. So I'll just go by CT because that's what I call him, and so does everyone else. So you met him as he was a bar guest, and then you ended up working for him at Kona. And that's where Chance and Fred also. And I'm going to mention this because there's going to be a trend that I'm going to back up to in a little while, and I know you already know what I'm talking about, I'm sure. And then you went over to Seasons 52 for a short split. You were formal training. This is where you developed your love for the hospitality industry, which I love. Then you went back to CT because most people all want to come back to CT. Correct. But you were with CT, Fred, and Chance then, and that was when you were about 30. And you opened Monterey at 32. You were the lead server, trainer, GM, and a partner, obviously. And then you guys opened up Tiburon, which is absolutely another beautiful place when you were 35. And you also have an event planning and consulting company, too. So there's so much free time on your hands.
So much free time.
You also like to read. You've got a few books that you've mentioned here. 12 and a Half, Gary V. Back to Bulletproof by me.
Mm-hmm.
Bam! I got it. No, just kidding. Passionate. You're very passionate about working out. And I must mention this, that you've lost over 80 pounds in a year. And we are going to dive into that because you were talking before the show how you did it with hard work, exercise, and knowing some stuff about what's going on in the medical world.
Mm-hmm.
You love people and self
Actualization.
I love it. See how I use her to help me, Justin? I'm getting better at this, right?
You should do that every time.
Yeah, and you clearly are very disciplined, and you truly are an everyday GSD human. And it's interesting because when we were thinking about when we were doing the restaurant industry series, when you came to us, I was not sure if I wanted to put you in with the restaurant series or the series that's going to be coming out with some badass female GSDers. So you're kind of you fit in both of those categories. But I just want to say thank you for being on the show. We're going to have fun today. We've got some good wine, and we're just going to tell stories.
Thanks for having me.
All right. So let's dive into it. So you were a gymnast. How old? What time? When did you start that?
I started when I was like 4.
4 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just fun.
Yeah.
You get to run around, run out your energy.
Yeah.
You can tumble, and it's okay to fall, and you learn how to
get back up.
right. You learn how to not get hurt when you fall.
Yeah.
But that was, every day after school,
Right.
every weekend. I was lucky that I was an only child because my parents could do the long hauls on the weekends for the
Right.
competitions, and
Yeah, because it's a commitment
it is.
from the child, but also on the parents.
It is.
Yeah.
100%. And any parent with kids in sports realizes that it's not just your kid practicing
Right.
when they're at home in the backyard. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
let's make the schedules work, and let's make sure we're eating right. And
Yeah.
yeah.
So you do competitive gymnastics.
Mm-hmm.
You end up getting out of high school, and you're supposed to, in the minds of your parents, is to be involved in the family business.
Mm-hmm.
But what was the shift that made you decide you wanted to be in the hospitality industry?
Really, and that's how most things work, right? It's just the way that life kind of weaves things for you.
Right.
But having my son young, I was 19 when I had him.
And he's 17 now, right?
And he's 17 now.
Yeah. Born in March,
Yep.
for those March people out there.
Good
So is he a
month.
Pisces?
Aries.
Oh, man, he missed the cut.
Aries.
That's sad. That's sad as a Pisces.
We'll
over
forgive
here.
him for it.
Yeah.
Wait,
what are
but
you?
I'm a Virgo.
Do Virgos and Pisces get along? I don't know any of that shit.
Virgos and Pisces do.
Okay, cool. I thought we would.
You're so whimsical that my my hyper organization and neuroticism's kind of like that. You chill me out.
Maybe that's why you and I get along so well, Darin. I'm a Virgo.
There you
Oh
go.
man, this is beautiful. And it's a full moon today. Just totally kidding. Okay, continue. Where were we? 17 years old. No, your son. Were you talking about son?
19 years
No, you're 19. That's
Yeah,
right.
I was 19 when
Yeah,
I had him.
yeah, that's right.
And just kind of figuring out how everything else pieced into my life, right? Do you have time to go to school, right? I did a few years at IUPUI. Didn't finish that. Enjoyed what I learned, but
Yeah, not for everyone.
right. And between my son and what pays the bills, right? Work and school.
Yeah.
If something was going to slide, it was going to be school for me.
Yeah, what's Josh Bridges' Josh Bridges, Good Dudes Coffee. Shout out to him. He's one of our sponsors. What's his saying? Pay the man.
Pay the man.
Pay the man. You got to pay the man every day.
Yep.
You got to just pay the man.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
Yeah, it's really good.
But yeah, so I just figured out what I actually had time and 24 hours to do. And it was work and be with Logan. And at the time I was working at Psalms.
I got to interrupt you. I like that you just said there's 24 hours, and I got to figure out what I'm going to do in those 24 hours, right?
Yeah.
That's good.
That's everyday GSD.
That's everyday GSD right there. We just started, and we're already dropping
We're
good
there.
reels. I love it. Okay, continue.
So I started at Psalms. They said, no, you can't hack it.
Yeah.
Which, I was young, right?
Yeah.
You could be amazing at what you're doing and just not be a fully formed person or fully actualized yet, right?
Right.
So there may have been tricks to the trade that I didn't get yet. But from there, I went to Fox and Hound. I had the pleasure of working with Amanda Seven. She was the first person that in a very unmanipulative way, everyone just wanted to follow her lead.
This is kind of like CT, right?
Very much so. Very much so. And when I found Amanda and then I found CT, I was like, okay, there's a pattern here and there's a specific type of person that you're drawn to.
Yeah. No, I like that you say that. And, listeners, you're going to hear us talk a little bit here and there about CT, who's the brainchild behind Monterey and Tiburon. But it's interesting because you mentioned Chase and Fred that over at Kona. And it's interesting when you go to Monterey, which is an absolute amazing restaurant in downtown Carmel, across the board, the best sushi, halibut. I mean, we can go on forever. You guys got so much good food, but the customer service, everything's great there. But it's interesting that when you see the people that are working there, your turnover rate is like nothing. And people will come and work with you because they want to be there with you, with CT, your number two, the people that are working. Your chain of command that you guys have is only a chain of command for you guys. To the public, you guys are all in charge.
Absolutely.
Because you all have that passion.
We all need that ownership.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is beautiful, I think. Okay, so you're at Kona with CT, and then what happened?
Yeah, left Fox and Hound, went to be the day bartender at Kona. Learned.
Did you like that little window? Like, you know how it's indoor, outdoor?
Love.
Me too.
Love. And that, I learned at Kona. That's a very Arizona thing, right? Because Kona was based out of Arizona.
Did you think when they closed that outdoor area, that was smart?
Now that I've been at Monterey, I just love the indoor outdoor. It gives such a coastal feel.
Yeah.
And there's something about fresh air, man.
I don't know why. I understand why they closed it, because then it was all season. But at the same time, when they closed it in, I was like, man, you kind of just ruined that outdoor vibe I liked.
Right.
Even though it was indoor, outdoor.
But it feels a little bit more closed in.
It feels more closed in.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. And there's really something about fresh air, when the temperature of the air is right.
Yeah. In Indiana, that's all the time.
Of course.
Who are we kidding?
Of course. But I do really like that. So I'm at Kona for a few years, really honing in bartending skills.
Right.
And it was my first experience with somebody like CT that was just always standard process. This is what we do. Standard process. This is what we do. And we have the opportunity to bring a lot of individuals along the ride with us. Right. But at that point, Fred had been with him for 10 years. That's his executive chef. Yeah. Right. And that's probably a modest.
And Fred's big into fitness too, isn't he?
He is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah. He's very impressive. But that was the nicest thing. Like, we're talking about Chance and Fred and CT. Jorge.
And Chance is actually besides he does an amazing job cooking with you guys, chefing and sushi, but he's also like trained overseas, right? Or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's like a real chef.
Yeah. Like real chef. Like,
we were talking about doing
chef de cuisine.
We were talking about doing, different variations of wine dinners and things, and a Spanish wine dinner came up.
That's what Spanish. Yeah.
And he was like, oh, well, I staged in Spain for a few years, and I would.
Like, that's right. I forgot.
I learn more about him every day. Yeah. And he's, classically trained in sushi from,
like legit
sushi chefs.
Yeah.
And there's a technical skill behind what he does that is so impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one thing I do appreciate about your chefs, because, a lot of people in the back of the house, they stay in the back of the house because that's where they're comfortable. But because he also feeds the jellyfish. And so whenever he comes out, he makes a point to whoever's in that little area, the corner area, the restaurant bar, he makes a point to make sure he says hi.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. And, he's a quiet guy.
He's
very quiet, but he always makes a point anytime I'm there to make sure he says hi, comes over, how are you? And then keeps on it. He's not staying too long, but he's also making sure he's acknowledging, hey, and I feel like that's, I don't want to say family restaurant vibe, but I feel like at Monterey to the point where even the hostess, when you come in, it's not like, can I help you? It's like, I'm here for you to help you. You know what I mean? I feel like it's never an inconvenience for anything that anyone needs.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely. And Chance has a little bit more exposure with that being at the sushi bar that
Yeah,
is
of course.
out in front.
Yeah.
So he has a handful of people that come in every week specifically to sit at the sushi bar with him.
Yeah.
And they've followed him everywhere.
Justin, have you ever sat at the sushi bar?
I never have. No.
I don't think I actually have either.
I'm always there with you at the front bar.
At the front bar.
The front bar.
The real bar. And oddly enough, Chance actually was on the opening team of A Taste of Sensu, which was right next to us.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
So he was rolling sushi 200 yards.
I
from
mean,
where
I
he's
say I remember
sushi.
the place.
Yeah.
I don't remember him being there, but
Sure.
yeah.
But yeah, he was rolling sushi 200 yards from where he's rolling sushi now, which is kind of cool for him.
Wasn't Jeremiah one of the owners of that at one?
Or at least Sensu.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. I think we talked about that on the show. Yeah. Okay, continue. Jeremiah already had his time on the show. Now it's about you.
But that's as we're talking about Chance and Fred, and that's probably the coolest thing about Monterey is yes, we were learning a new four walls. Yes, we were learning a new menu. But the core team, we had been together for so long that it took a lot of those variables out.
Yeah.
We knew each other. We knew what our strengths were, what our weaknesses are, how we had to round out our team with other people. And I think that really gave us a leg up.
I definitely agree with that. And it's interesting because you said between these four walls, because you guys did an absolute gut, re-gut model, like down to the bones.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember waiting, thinking, when's it going to open? When's it going to open? Obviously, city permits all. There's always something, right?
Mm-hmm.
But finally, when it
And
opened,
COVID.
yeah, and COVID. Oh, good old COVID.
Yep.
But I remember the first time I walked in after it was open, I was at awe, like a little kid. Like this used to be like this. This was over here, and then I couldn't figure out where the bar was until I saw that shaft in the middle that's obviously decorated now. It's got like
tile around
it now.
yeah.
And I was like, that was the middle of the bar. And then I started trying to figure out, I was like, man, CT, you guys killed it.
I remember the first time I walked in. I mean, you're probably 6 months from open at that point.
Because how long did it take to open? Do you remember?
You know,
That's a loaded question, right?
That is a loaded question.
Yeah.
I mean, in concept, it's been around since CT was 28 years old.
Yeah, it's like 10 years.
Yeah. But the build out process took a lot longer.
Yeah.
But that's the first time I realized that timing is always on CT's side.
Yeah.
You might.
Go ahead, Justin.
I was going to say before when we were talking about there's two things in that restaurant I think are really unique that are hidden. Your coat racks, your coat hooks. I went there for so long, and then winter hit, and I didn't. There's little copper brass things.
Yeah.
You see them all the time, and then you don't realize.
Yeah.
You push it, and there's a little coat, and it's just, everyone in the place can hang their coat in the wintertime. It's great. And then the bathroom, you've got those. I guess it's an iPad holder.
Yep.
It's so cool.
I don't think I've noticed the iPad
You
holder.
won't know it, but I was in there recently. I'm like, that's a fucking iPad holder.
Yep.
Really? Yeah. So, because we're going to brag about the decor, why not?
Yeah.
She's like, that's not what the show's about, Darin.
But
So
it is about like
Yeah,
those,
no,
those
it
tiny
is, it
little
is.
touches.
So you know the woodwork that's when you walking into the bathroom that big. So first of all, CT explained to me what it was, but I just thought it was a cool design art, and it's basically like the water. It's supposed to be like the waves from like in Monterey, California, and so that's what that design. And when once you hear that and look at it, you're like, oh, I totally get the abstract thought process of that.
Well,
It's like-
and a cool thing about that too is if you look at it, it's not pressed wood. It's not pressed together. So each one of those pieces is laser cut from a tree that is actually that size.
Yeah.
Like it's huge.
yeah.
And so when you think of a tree of that magnitude where you can get a full piece of
Full-
finished wood
Yeah.
from something like that, it's pretty,
Yeah.
it's very cool.
Yeah, and it's so funny because it's just on your way to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Right? It's just like, so there's so many people that walk by. There's so many, like, I think that how do you say it, Justin? The little things that people just, there's so many cool little things in there that are just like, that you walk by. So because I'm going to check, I didn't know the iPad holders.
Yeah.
I guess I never bring an iPad to the bathroom, but.
I don't either, but some people do.
Yeah.
Because what do you want to do? Leave it at the bar? No, you don't. But when you're in the bathroom, you don't want to sit it on the toilet.
Right.
No,
or
no.
like set it on a trash can.
Right,
like
yeah,
that's
it's great.
not.
No.
No.
And your bathrooms, while we're bragging about the bathrooms, they always smell so good.
Oh, I'm glad. Yeah.
They always smell so good. That you guys, I don't know if it's candles or what's going on in there.
It's
but
another one of our partners, Clutch and Kindle.
Yeah.
Carrie and her husband do just an amazing job.
Yeah.
But all of her scents are clean.
Yeah, fresh.
Yeah, clean and fresh. She actually
Monterey.
She made
and in fact, Alyssa bought some of those from those two people because of your bathrooms.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. She made Big Sur specifically for us. You can only find it at Monterey. And but
so
yeah,
you guys sell them?
We used to, yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
She's actually gotten. She was picked up from Needlers or for Needlers.
Yeah.
When they were in town doing some R&D for the new places, and she's got some end caps and Needlers now, but she's actually gotten a little bit too big, right? And she's cutting back on the soaps and things like that, and just moving towards fragrance.
Okay.
So we used to, but you can still get her fragrances online. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll have to make sure we link all that together.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys are all at Kona, and for whatever reason, we don't need to get into those details, but it's time. CT's time. He's like, I'm leaving. Right. But like the team leaves with him.
Yeah.
Like literally the whole team. And it wasn't like it was some conspiracy, like, coup.
Not at all.
They're like, no, we're with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When you find people like CT, unless you're leaving the industry completely, you don't.
Well, and like you, people, there's, like I said, you have a number two, and you guys are all, it's like you follow each other.
Yeah.
Does that sound crazy, Justin?
No, it makes sense, and it's a through theme through a lot of the restaurants that we've had on.
Yeah.
They've got the same team that they use for each place, and
I
think that's what makes them also successful.
Because your culture and your core values are at a standard that everyone follows.
Well, and you can only be as good as your people.
Right.
You can only expand as great as your people are.
Right.
And we found that there is a through line, even though, Chance and Fred and Chris and I are all different people. There's a through line that we all kind of subscribe to of whatever it takes. And we're just going to get it done.
Yeah. And so as a managing partner, I'll say managing partner because you're there all the time. You train the servers. You're a lead trainer.
So that's where I started.
Okay.
Just training the servers. Megan has now taken over the training program.
And Megan's your two?
She is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like how you guys call it that. She's my two.
She's my two. She does an amazing job with it. Standards are still, exactly what they would be if I was in that room.
Right.
Which it's hard to find that level of respect when you're in any industry, but especially the restaurant industry, when you know that when you're not around, the exact same thing is going to be happening.
Right.
And not because they know that that's what I want, but it's
That's
because
they want it now too.
they want it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys were open for probably, I'm going to throw this out there and you can correct me if I'm wrong, around 4 years, 3.5, 4 years before you decided to open up Tiburon?
So
Is that about right?
We actually started talking about Tiburon at the end of 2021.
Okay, I should rephrase that.
If anyone can believe that.
Yeah,
but
that's
same year
wild.
we opened Monterey.
Yeah. And that Paul was still alive then? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's where the conversation started, right? Between CT and Paul.
Yeah. And toast to Paul. Paul's no longer with us. So the conversation starts in 2001. 2001? No, 21.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 21.
21.
Yeah, 21. Thank you, Justin. So 2021. But when did you guys break ground for Tiburon?
That'd have been 2024.
24. So about
Which is a partial.
about 4 years ish, because you were opened during right at the beginning of COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 days before the mask mandate lifted.
Yeah. I remember talking to CT just recently. We were at a charity event together and we were talking about, and he goes, yeah, what's a great idea? Open a restaurant 3 days before COVID hits.
Yeah.
It's called, let's do some pivoting. Let's figure out some stuff right now.
And we did, but like I was saying, time works for CT so well. You think it's a delay and you're all like, that's expensive, right?
Yeah.
You've got other people on the line. And with construction, there's always delays, right?
Yeah.
but opening day to be 3 days before the mask mandate lifted, we were at 50% capacity for 3 days. And then we're able to be at 100% capacity. And Carmel was ready to get out of their houses.
Yes, they were.
They were ready.
Yes, we were.
Yes. So it was.
Carmel doesn't do good locked up.
No. No.
Former Mayor Jim would say that too.
Yeah. And I think the goat can attest to that as well.
KP was supposed to be on the show, but he travels too much.
He's a busy guy.
He's a busy guy.
Yeah.
He's going to come on the show, but it just won't be in the restaurant world.
Fair.
Maybe we'll talk about his software company he sold.
Oh, he's super multifaceted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a good dude. Anyway, so you guys are open in action. You're back at 100%. You guys are pumping out good quality food. Everyone likes going there. You're open for lunch. You're open for dinners. You're 7 days a week. One thing that I think I must mention, you guys are very conscious of making sure your employees get specific holidays off. It's interesting because I've heard people complain. They're like, "Oh, I walked all the way down to Monterey, or I drove to Monterey, and they were closed." And I'm gonna make up a holiday, like let's say 4th of July. I don't know Actually, I think you're open on 4th of July.
We're as long as it doesn't fall on a Friday or a Saturday, we're closed.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm pretty sure. Yeah, and so anyway, this person complains, "I can't believe they're closed." I was like, "Yeah, I can't believe they gave all their employees time to celebrate America." Yeah, and the guys like, "Oh yeah,
for shame."
Yeah, terrible. What terrible leadership.
Well, and that speaks to the freedom that we all wanted, right? That was the whole goal of doing this, not because we thought we knew so much better, or we had a crazy new concept that we wanted to bring to market. It was the freedom.
Yeah, taking care of your employees.
Yeah.
This is a new concept.
I remember the day that CT had to walk downstairs at Kona and tell us all that we were going to be open for Christmas. It was the first year. It was about a month away.
Because it was under new management.
Yeah.
I remember.
They went through a lot of CEOs that made a lot of changes. And
I can talk shit about it because I never worked there. And terrible changes.
It's funny.
I mean, you're not going to say anything bad. I already know.
No, but
you're
it's
not
funny
that
what
person.
comes from the top. When you think about what stands to make the biggest difference, right? Or what will leave a legacy when I'm no longer in this position. And everybody has their different ideas. I'm responsible for making decisions for 80 people at Monterey, same at Tiburon, but
how many at Tiburon? About 80
bigger,
at Tiburon?
Yeah, there's about 80 to 90 employees, depending on the season at both locations. But being responsible for making decisions for 80 people is totally different than being responsible for making decisions for 80 people across 50 locations, right? You stand to impact a lot more people. So I don't envy that level of decision making. So I imagine they were doing the best that they could with what they had. But
she's so nice, isn't she? I'm like screw them. I went in there and ordered a prosecco with a splash of orange juice after the new management took over, and the guy gave me 50-50, and I said, I was watching him pour. I go, no. I go, just a splash. Just a splash, just a little drop.
Just a waft. He
goes, I can't. I have to make it this way. I'm like, that's the most absurd. I go, how about this? Just give me a glass of Prosecco. Just a glass of Prosecco, and then and a little thing of orange juice. He goes, I'll have to charge you for a glass of orange juice. At this point, I'm like, there's no common sense. We're not using common sense here, people.
No, we're not.
You're reading some manual. It makes no sense to me.
Have you ever heard the milkshake story from Cameron Mitchell Restaurants?
No, tell me.
It's in the beginning of all of their training. And we all restaurants subscribed. If you have a good hospitality program, you subscribe to this.
Okay.
But somebody orders a milkshake for their kid, and I'm not going to recount it correctly, but
that's all right.
I think they were there for their anniversary. They had to bring their kids, and that's not exactly what you want. So they're already compromising, right? And their kid wanted a milkshake, and he's looking at the menu. He realizes they have milk, and they're like, okay, we'll get you a milkshake, bud. And they're like, we don't have milkshakes. And he's like, well, I see you have milk. Is there something we can do?
Yeah.
And that's the cornerstone of their whole hospitality program is if you can, you do it.
Yeah.
If you have the ability, you do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Throw some ice cream in that milk.
Yeah.
Blend it up.
Put
a straw in it. Tell the kid it's great.
Yep.
I have to tell this story.
Can't wait.
Oh, I have to tell this story. I went to the...
No one liked my Prosecco one?
I loved it.
I do like that.
You know how sometimes you get weird cravings, and I wanted a coney dog, and I like to dip my fry in the coney sauce on top of the hot dog, So I went to the Dairy Queen here. I'm in the drive-through.
I can't even believe you're at Dairy Queen. This is
couldn't either. But
this is shocking to
sometimes
me.
when you want a hot dog, you want a hot dog, right?
We're gonna talk about your weight loss, and I can tell you it didn't start at Dairy Queen.
Didn't start at DQ.
But can continue, Justin.
So I'm like, can I get? I wanted the coney sauce on the side, so I said I'd like a coney dog. We just put the coney sauce on the side. They're like, we can't do that. I'm like, I said what? They're like, we can't put the coney sauce on the side. I'm like,
why not?
What are you talking about? I'm like, are you misunderstanding me or am I misunderstanding you?
Am I not talking clearly?
Yeah, do I?
So then I said, just give me a hot dog with a side of coney sauce. And like, we can't give you a side. It was so ridiculous. Just like, what is going on right now? Well, we can't. I don't know. I don't know what their reasoning was, but it was
Have to put it on the dog.
I have to put it on the hot dog. It's so weird.
Yeah.
Well,
So what'd you do with your French fries?
I think I left. I don't know. It's like, all right, forget it. Never mind.
I shouldn't be eating this.
That was the
crap
universe telling me not to be eating it anyway.
Right. Right. But that you don't want that. I mean, if you can't, just like people to people, whether you're in a business transaction or not, if you can,
Yeah.
why wouldn't you?
Yeah. So I'm at Monterey, right? And I get my sushi like light on the rice.
Mm-hmm.
And so and Ashley, which is one of your bartenders, and she's awesome.
Amazing.
We absolutely shout out, love her. She is top notch. You guys are lucky to have her, and she's lucky to be with you guys. It's mutual, I'm sure. Yes. So anyway, so she puts my order in. The order comes out, and I'm still gonna eat it, right?
Sure.
And she goes, "Wait a minute." She goes, "They didn't do light on the rice." And I go, "Yeah, no, it's fine." And she goes, "No, I'll be right back." So she goes back to the kitchen, and she goes, and Chance wasn't there. Mm-hmm. So she goes back and she goes, "Hey, it's supposed to be light on the rice." And the chef, whoever was one of the guys, sushi guys, said, "Well, that is light on the rice. We normally put more." And she goes, No, you don't." She goes, I see exactly what you do. Mm. And so they kind of gave her a little crap, right? Front of the house, back of the house, happens everywhere, right?
Yeah.
So she goes back to the bar and tells me, she goes, "Give me a minute." I go, No, I'm absolutely fine. I'm going.
Well, you're kind about
yeah,
that,
but so then your number two goes back there and then comes back and she goes, "Yeah, they won't do that again. We're good." And I'm like,
that won't happen again.
"Oh man, now I feel bad." And so now every time because I order the same sushi, and every time I get the sushi, Ashley's like, I watch her look at it to make sure. She's like, but at the end of the day, like, it's so good.
That's what you want, though.
Yeah, but you guys make it happen, And someone listening to that, they're like, "Well, you just slammed them." I'm actually, it's the opposite. What I'm saying is that you guys you were concerned to make sure I was happy, that just to take a little bit of the rice off. Like, that's how detail oriented you guys are, which is an absolute home run when you're in the hospitality industry, when I know I can come to your restaurant and I know I'm going to get perfection every single time as a guest.
Well, and that's your preferences are that, like, everybody's preferences are a little bit different. And they are that minute, right? For you, it's a little less rice. For somebody else, it's going to be a little extra ponzu.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And especially your relationship with Ashley, right? She knows that, right?
Yeah.
So she's going to be looking at it when it's in her hand on the way to you, making sure.
Well, what I think I appreciate about you guys, and we talked about this about a couple of restaurants. Anthony's does a phenomenal job at it.
I love Anthony's.
Savor as well. Prime 47. All of these guys are. You all have that same thing in common, where maybe the individual that's coming there, it's their first time, it's for their anniversary, it's they only go out once or twice a year. So you want to make sure that their experience is phenomenal.
Absolutely.
Right. And then you have the individuals that are called regulars, because they either walking distance or it's just convenient for them and they're in there all the time. But you're treating all of those people and that one-time person all the same.
Absolutely.
With the same, just like if someone spends $100 a week there, or they spend $300 once a year there, they all are treated. And I don't want to say like family. I was thinking of a word earlier before we got on the air, and I was trying to think of.
No, we treat you way better than we treat our own families. Unfortunately,
yes, I love it.
They can attest to that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
But you know what I'm saying? I think that's something to be like. I think that's what's important. People need to understand that when they go out to the restaurant, don't be a jerk. If you don't like something, say it, but also have compassion that the people that are making your food for you, the people that are waiting on you, the people that are serving you, they're not your servants.
Well, no, it's ladies and gentlemen serving ladies and gentlemen, right?
Right.
And as long as everybody subscribes to that,
yeah,
then if we're acknowledging each other as humans and not just a transaction,
Yeah.
then normally it works out really
Right.
well. Some of our best regulars, some of the people we are closest to that have been supporting us since day one, much like yourself, happened because maybe we put too much rice, right? Or we overcooked a filet. And that gave us an opportunity to show our character.
Right.
Right? How are we going to handle that? How are we going to write that perfect last chapter, right? Your overcooked steak or too much rice on your sushi is not the last chapter.
No.
The last chapter is how we're going to handle it and how we're going to react. And you're going to see that graciousness from us.
Yeah.
And I think that's huge.
And for the record, anyone who's listening, when I talk about the sushi is absolutely perfect. It's perfect with the exact amount of rice you guys put on it. That's the way it's supposed to be.
Sure.
I'm just particular.
Yeah, we like that about
so
you.
it actually came. It was actually made perfectly, and it is every single time. All your food is. And I mentioned at the beginning of the show, I said the best halibut. I actually met sea bass.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, I said I'm sure you have halibut sometimes, and it's really good, and it's good too. But I was thinking sea bass.
Sea bass is definitely.
I was thinking sea bass, and I said halibut right at the beginning of the show. So we don't need to cut that out, Justin. But we'll just. I'm acknowledging that I was wrong. Surprised he didn't write a little note. It's not halibut, it's sea bass.
Well, to that point too, sea bass was the #1 selling dish, and we were just playing with the recipe one day, and we came up with the miso glazed.
The miso glaze,
which is now our #1 selling item.
Yeah.
But yeah, what the chefs do with sea bass and getting the quality of fish that they do, I mean, it's impressive.
I love it. Let's talk about health, because obviously working in the restaurant industry, a lot of times you're eating on your feet. You're not eating proper times. Your intake on food is more for survival and not necessarily nutrition. Long hours, strenuous work, stressful, odd hours for eating. Dinner could be in the back of the kitchen standing over the garbage can at 9 o'clock at night or 11 o'clock at night, and you might not have eaten irregular metabolism because your body's never getting adjusted. But you decided to make a life change about a year ago.
I did.
And you've lost almost 80 pounds. Let's talk about that. Obviously, you're physically had to do some physical changes, but we were talking about some stuff before the show. So why don't you let the audience know what worked for you? Because I'm sure a lot of people are thinking, man, I'd like to lose a few pounds.
Yeah. We all want to improve in some fashion,
right?
But I would say early 2024, CT really started just being mindful about what he's putting in his body, trying to eat at more normal times, cutting out just the unnecessary, right?
Right.
What we want versus what our body needs.
Right.
And stopped eating out of convenience, right? And started making time throughout the day to go to the gym, and just listening to him and seeing how much, he was saying his mind is clearer, he has more energy, he's feeling great. And I see that firsthand.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, well, maybe I should.
Is he hinting at me? This
right?
Jerk.
But a lot of it came back to the freedom that we were all hoping for when we opened these restaurants, right? You work very long hours, and it's all worth it, but they are long and odd hours, and you forget that you've got to take care of yourself along the way.
So many people forget.
Yeah. That's our business. We take care of other people.
Right.
But much like, parents hear this with their kids, unless you're the best version of yourself, you're not going to be the best version of yourself for your kids. So take care of yourself first, right? You put the mask on yourself first before you assist someone next to you, right?
Right. Yeah.
So that you can.
That's when you fly, Justin.
In an airplane.
In an airplane. I got jokes.
I like it. But we finally found, whether it was the drive or the time, or I'm not sure exactly what it was, but we were prioritizing ourselves throughout the day, right? Whether that means between, 2 and 4 when we're not busy, go hit the gym.
Yeah.
Go hit the gym, get in the sauna for a little
Walk
bit, and come
before
back.
walk.
Right.
Yeah.
Up and down the Monon, it's really nice to be right there.
I mean, if you look at Marshall, Jake, I'm just mentioning a couple of the guys that work there, because I already gave a shout out to Ashley, but those guys
and
are
Jorge.
and Jorge. These guys are all in. They're all like looking.
Yeah, I can't stand looking at Marshall every time I go in there. I'm like, you punk.
No, seriously, like these guys are all in good shape.
Yeah.
And they take care of themselves.
And you can see that.
Yeah, that's what I say. You can see it. You can see it on their. This is gonna. I don't know if this is gonna sound weird or just awkward. You can see it in the way they treat their customers.
Well, when you're willing to take care of yourself that way,
yeah,
you're just going to be that better at taking care of somebody else.
Yeah.
100%.
100%. And I want to go back to your weight loss, but interesting because you're talking about being, you have to be the example for your child, your children. For you, it's your son. Mm-hmm. But on the same spectrum, you have to be an example to your customers. So I'm just going to serve you this beautiful dish of sushi, and I'm 250 pounds overweight. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it just doesn't look. It's not a really good look.
Because that's a part of our model, right?
Not a really good look. You guys have really clean, healthy food. Obviously, you probably shouldn't eat the sea bass, 5 days a week.
Correct.
But I mean, hey, it's better than eating donuts.
Yes. Yeah.
And CT's like, no, get them to eat the sea bass every day, Darin.
Yeah, every day.
Yeah, every day.
Twice a day.
Guys, everyone should eat the sea bass every day.
But that's part of it. When we talk about how much we care,
right?
If we are not a part of what we care about,
right,
it's really hard to believe that.
Yeah. Because you got to believe it yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Once you believe it yourself, then you can sell the product.
Well, and I'm a huge believer in, and this is sometimes a thorn in CT's side, and sometimes he loves it. But how you do one thing is how you do everything.
Yeah.
And how you're going to apply yourself at your job should be the exact same way that you're willing to apply yourself to your personal life.
So how did you lose 80 pounds?
So September we were in Vegas for Megan's wedding. And we got back and I decided to start working out at Flexwork.
Okay. Shout out.
Big shout out to Janice and Steve Pert. They are.
What are their names? One more time.
Janice and Steve Pert are amazing. They own Flexwork, downtown Carmel, upscale, very private gym, but has everything and more than you would ever need. But I started working with Janice specifically twice a week on a very regimented workout schedule, right? She's, giving me plans to do at home when I'm not with her. And the most unique thing I thought about it in the beginning is she's referring to it as training. Right. Not as a workout, not as lifting.
Yeah.
As training. And she refers to me as an athlete. And she's like, you need to think of yourself as an athlete because then it's going to affect, are you getting your full 8 hours? Right? You're not just going to lift today. Like you're an athlete and you're training. So your sleep is part of that. What you put in your body is part of that. How much movement you're getting throughout the day when you're not with me. That's part of that. So you
taking the right proteins or the right supplements 100%. Or the right peptides, whatever your body, because you also take a peptide.
I do.
I think that's correct. Peptide.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you had to know what, and I think you were sharing a story before the show, and I don't want to take the story from you, but you made an example about the cost of some of this stuff, and we'll talk about that. But like, the difference between when someone says insurance doesn't cover this or this, but continue. I'll have you jump into that.
So started working out, slow rolling results, right? Mostly I'm just feeling better, right? I'm not seeing a ton of results yet.
Changing your diet at this point too?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Because that's huge, right?
And little by little, right? Yeah. I didn't, I wanted to make sure that it was something that I could sustain.
Right.
Because I've dieted before. I've lost 20 pounds here and there.
And you gain it right back.
Right, because it's not sustainable.
Right.
So I wanted to make sure that it would be sustainable. So I did get on tirzepatide.
Which is a peptide.
Yep. And helps suppress appetite, does wonders for inflammation, brain fog. But
I think that's a huge thing, brain fog and inflammation, right?
Yeah, a lot of people microdose it specifically for inflammation.
Right.
Because it helps a lot. And when you're on your feet all the time and your joints are constantly under pressure.
She said microdose. Is that what Clark does?
That's a different microdose.
Just checking.
No shame in that game either.
If Clark listens to it, he's just going to start laughing.
So I took that for about a year. And between working out and just a completely different body composition. And that's why I respect what Janice does so much is she can look at a body the same way an interior designer can look at, bare bones and be like, I see what this can be. She really saw what I could be.
Right.
And was an amazing friend and mentor in all health and wellness throughout,
Yeah.
right? It didn't stop once I clocked out
Yeah.
of the workout, right? She was pivotal and what supplements to be taking, right? For my age and my gender, and making sure that it worked for what I wanted my body to look like. Putting meal plans together for me and suggesting when to get my protein and where to get it from, and making sure that was a huge portion of my diet so that I wasn't working harder and not seeing the results.
Right.
And to be fair, at the exact same time, CT, Fred, and my son are all doing the exact same thing.
Because your son lost a bunch of weight too, right?
He did.
How much weight?
He
Do you-
did.
Do
He
you mind
lost
sharing
about,
that?
Yeah, 50 to 60 pounds.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. He did. He still had that baby weight on him. You know what I mean? When
Yeah.
kids grow up, and then
So he's 17. He lost 50 pounds.
mm-hmm.
That's a lot of weight.
which has become such a
But you're the role
lifestyle
model, right?
for him.
You're the role model. You're like you said earlier, like you have to set the example for your child. And I'm not going to say you're 80 pounds overweight. I'm going to say you lost 80 pounds,
Sure.
right? Because that's all subjective of what your weight you want it to be, right?
Sure.
But you made a decision in life that you were going to get healthier. You were going to lose weight. You were going to put the work in. You were going to get a trainer. You were going to work with a team. You were going to eat healthy. And that naturally is pushed down to your son because he's seeing this.
Well, and it's that discipline, right? That I don't care where you have it, but you need to be very disciplined in an aspect of your life.
Yeah,
right?
100%.
And
that's the everyday GSD way, right? You say you're going to work out.
Yeah.
Listen, if you don't want to work out, don't work out. Just don't say you're going to do it and don't do it.
100%.
Yeah. If you're supposed to meet me at the gym, show up.
And that's what CT says at least once a day. Is there are people who talk about doing things, there are people who do things.
Yeah.
And honestly, fast forward a year and a half to where we are today, and my son is the one challenging me now to be even healthier.
Yeah.
Right? Everything is grass fed, no preservatives, no chemicals, no seed oils, no nothing. I mean, he's the reason we're getting RO water. He's the reason that we buy eggs and beef from a local farm now, as opposed to from the grocery store. So,
do you ever get anything from the butcher here?
I do. I love Joe's.
Yeah, they're awesome.
We love Joe's.
Yeah, Joe's actually going to be on the show.
Oh, good.
Did I tell you he just hit me back? Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Big fan of Joe's. And I'm also, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but you can get like meals to go there.
Yeah.
And that they've cooked that day.
Yeah.
And they're phenomenal.
They're good.
They're
Have you ever had their meatloaf?
No.
It's
Ooh.
amazing.
I'm a big fan of their chicken piccata.
I can tell you, so I'm weird with meatloaf because everyone has their own way that they, their grandmother made meatloaf or your mother made meatloaf or you have the family recipe.
It's nostalgic.
Yeah. Or you just I don't like anyone else's meatloaf. Right. And I've now referred Joe's meatloaf to several people and they've all came back to me and said, this meatloaf is amazing.
I only cook their pasta now. They've got pasta in there, and it's the best pasta I've had in this country.
It's like straight from Italy, right?
I think it's fresh pasta.
Yeah, they make it there.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
How do I not know this?
It's right inside, when you first walk in, it's right there in a little
On the end cap?
Yeah. It's great. It's great.
Really?
Pasta. Yeah.
So you don't feel all bloated and
No, not at all. And it comes in, you're not buying a box of shitty grocery store pasta.
Yeah.
It comes in serving sizes and you just throw it in the water.
Yeah, it's like a bag.
Okay, so when I walk, I'm coming through the back door. So on the right, I've got all the fish and chicken, and on the left is the deli.
Yep.
And so where's the pasta?
So if you walk in the door, you've got...
I'm coming through the back door.
That's relatively new, right? You've got the produce stand there because
Yep.
you can pick up your veggies and stuff for
Right.
dinner now too.
Is it between the produce and the
right where the dry aged meats
aged?
are?
Yeah.
Right on that end cap. You'll see
Joe, how do I not know?
Oh, you got to get it, dude. It's
so good.
Because I was actually just talking to Jonica the other day because I love pasta, but I never eat pasta. But I love when we were in Italy.
That's a different story.
I was loving the pasta, and
this is like that.
yeah, well, because you were just overseas, so like,
and it's different flour. I mean, you know just as well as I do, and that's my son making his own bread with Italian flour, that 00. That's just better for you.
the 00 flour.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not making our own pasta.
Where
but
were we
do make our own
who were
bread.
we just talking about that?
I don't remember. It was, yeah.
Yeah, anyway.
It's a thing.
It's a thing.
It is. It is.
Yeah. So we're talking about Monterey and you, but now all of a sudden now we're in Joe's butcher shop just shopping.
Well, it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's really good. But yeah, so we do get a lot of our meat from there. But with the amount of meat that he's eating on a regular basis, I was like,
he's a big kid, right?
I mean, we say that, yeah, but like he's smaller than he was. But he's
no. When I say big kid, like
he's packing on muscle at such a clip right now. And trying to fuel those workouts that,
needs to eat the meats.
He does. And we found a local farm that'll do a pickup locally, and we get farm fresh eggs and beef from there, and that's been great for us. But like to the point of he's now challenging me, he's almost an example to me of like, okay, we can take this a step further. We actually can.
So you were talking, when we were talking about peptides and changing your diet, the cost, right? So people will say, you hear this, two different things. It's expensive to eat healthy. I can't afford that because those eggs, those are, farm fresh eggs, they're more money. I have to buy this, or I can't get on this peptide because my insurance doesn't cover it. And you came up with a little bit of math scenario with me, and I like that when you were saying about
For me, it's about $350 every 6 weeks.
Right.
When I was taking it, and that's 2 dinners out a month,
or for some people 3.
Yeah. Depending on where you're going, right? Are you getting
in Carmel? It's 1.
Are you getting the sea bass at Monterey?
In Carmel, it's 1.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's lunch actually.
Yeah, 1 lunch.
Yeah.
But you just cut that out. And we could all do that. We know that, right?
Yeah.
We all go through seasons of our lives where it's like, okay, I'm not going to eat out for lunch.
Oh, I thought you were giving a plug to Seasons 52 there. Oh. Seasons, I got jokes today.
He's on it. But yeah, and you just figure out what you can cut out to, and my son, when I'm like, okay, let's be mindful. This is a $400 grocery trip, and we'll be back in 4 days. Yeah. So like, let's just be aware of this, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, I hear you, and I know I'm not the one shelling out money for these groceries yet, but I have to believe that this is less expensive than hefty medical bills.
Correct.
Or dealing with Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
Or, whatever it might be where your body fails you. And some people don't have control over that, but we do have a little bit of control, and I feel like preventative maintenance is the best maintenance.
It's true, right? Bring your car to get the oil changed, or wait until the engine blows up.
Exactly.
It's your call.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. And you want your heart to stop? Maybe don't eat so much fried chicken.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Still eat a little if you want,
Have a bite.
Just don't eat it every day.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And try not to eat things that you're going to overeat, right? Joe Rogan talks about that all the time of like he doesn't eat pasta and potatoes because he's like, I'll eat 4 plates.
Yeah.
But it's really hard to eat 4 ribeyes.
Yeah.
I'll eat 1 and I'll be done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I can even eat a whole one.
I personally cannot, but I'll watch my son house a 16-ounce. Yeah.
So Logan, that's your son's name,
Yeah.
correct? 17 years old, lost 50 pounds, but he also has discipline in his life on top of that because he also works at Monterey.
He started working at Monterey.
Yeah.
He's at Tiburon now.
Or Tiburon now. Okay, yeah. So you're instilling work ethic and as well as discipline, but he's now seeing what mom really does. Even though he's probably known, but now he's like, he really sees it.
Well, and I think he's gotten to see that I'm no different at work than I am at home.
Yeah, no, that's good, right?
Right. Like I run my home like a business, and I,
as you should,
and I treat my coworkers like family, and it all permeates, right?
Let me top you off right there. It all permeates, correct?
Thank you. But yeah, it's taught him amazing people skills. I mean, we were just yapping about it last night. Actually, he feels that being in the restaurants and being in front of people that he doesn't know all the time and having to engage and make conversation, that has really set him up for the next stage in his life.
Right.
Whether that be meeting new people at college or getting into the workforce or whatever that is for him.
Do you like that he's working in the industry?
I do for now. He won't stay in it.
You don't. You won't want him to, or he won't.
I don't think that's where his passion is.
Okay.
By any means, but
if his passion was there, would you support it?
Of course.
Good mom.
Of course.
Mom's awesome.
We try to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, whatever he wants to do, right? Because it took me a while to figure out what I was passionate about, and whatever he's truly passionate about, he should do. I don't think that's restaurants, but if it ends up being,
Yeah.
I love that.
Right.
But it has it's taught him discipline and how to work on a team, right? And how to engage with people and really just continue to increase your circle, right? Every time we walk into Monterey, we meet new people. So our circle just gets bigger and bigger.
Right.
And it's not just people that we come in contact with, it's people we choose to care about.
Ah, well said. I like that.
And we mean it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
chatting with you and Jonica at the bar.
Yeah.
I've
Hear that, Jonica?
Right? We decide to care about you, right? We're subscribing to Darin and Jonica.
Right.
What's going on in your life?
Yeah.
What do you care about? What's important to you?
And I think most of your, I'll call them regulars, I'll use that word a little loose, care about you guys.
They do.
It's true. It's really true. And I say the same thing when we talk about like Anthony's Chop House, when you talk about, Big Zach, you talk about all the people that work. Yeah, they're all awesome. Murph, Jules. Jules is an absolute rock star. And then you go down the street to Savor. You've got, Dave, and you've got all the people that are just like, they all care about all of us, but we also care about them. For example, Dave's a little unhealthy right now for some, unfortunately, some medical issues he's going through. But we're all behind him, making sure that he's 100%. Getting the proper help that he needs. Because when he's not at work for a week, we're texting him like, "Where you at?
Right?
What's going on, buddy?" Yeah. So I think that's.
I used to work with Dave actually
over at Stone Creek,
Binkley's back in the day in Broad Ripple.
Oh wow.
We did a short stint there together, but that's where I first met him.
Yeah. He was like a yoga instructor too when he got out of the Navy or something. I saw some pictures of him like
I can see that.
He totally like bent over backwards, like the opposite direction. I'm like
the wrong direction.
Yeah, the direction I can't do it. Just to be clear, the direction I could never go.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, it becomes like that, right? And everyone's familiar with Marlene.
Yeah.
Right? And it's that sort of connection, right? That if Marlene's not downstairs by 8:05, someone's texting her.
Yeah.
Right?
How old is she now?
She turned 90 this year.
So when did you guys jump out of a plane with her? Or no, it was a helicopter ride.
Yeah, it was a helicopter ride.
Yeah.
We keep telling her we're going to take her skydiving.
That's what it was. They're going to take her. So, but was it last year you guys got a helicopter for her?
We did. We try to do something really cool for her every year on her birthday. First year, Sebastian was amazing enough to take her around the track
in a double-seater.
Oh, she loved it. And then we took her... and then we got
and for the listeners who might not have caught the beginning of this, she's a guest actually at the restaurant. And the way the restaurant is designed, there's residential above the restaurant. And she is one of the persons that live above the restaurant in the building.
Yes.
So she comes down. So when you said if Marlene's not down at a certain time, we check on her.
Yeah, she comes down every night at 8:00.
Yeah.
After Jeopardy.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, it's funny because the other day she came down. She was down earlier. And Ashley's like, "What are you doing down here so early?"
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
But yeah, if she's not down, our bartenders are texting her.
Yeah.
When we had her birthday party there, Ashley was like, "Hey, I want to make sure you actually eat a good meal. So let me bring up dinner to you before you come down and talk to everybody. Because I know as soon as you're in front of people, you're not going to want to take the time to eat. You're going to be holding court, as Marlene does."
Yeah, as she does.
But
she said to me, "Why do you have so many tattoos?" I said, "Because I do." She's like, "Your mother must be disappointed."
That's Marlene.
Yeah. And I said, "My mother is not disappointed." And she goes, "She probably is and just won't tell you."
That's Marlene.
Yeah, she goes, "You look like a biker, a troublemaker." And I go, "But you know I'm not." She goes, "No, I know you're not, but just the tattoos."
That's a generational thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's so nice.
Oh, that's funny. I have one.
Yes.
And my father made me promise that I would wait until the day he died to get a tattoo. He's like, "I don't even have to be cold in the ground yet, Sarah. I just don't really want to be privy to it." I did not wait.
Yeah.
I did not wait. And he loved me just the same, oddly enough.
You're like, "Dad, check it out. I got to show you."
I was so excited to show him. And he was like, "Okay."
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, last year for Marlene's birthday, we took up her in a helicopter ride around the city. which was so neat. I had never been in a helicopter either. And she shares a birthday with Sam, one of our bartenders.
Yeah, it was like Sam went.
Yeah. So it was Sam.
Yeah. And Sam is Sam a manager now?
He is, yeah.
Yeah, good for Sam.
Oh, he's great.
Yeah, I've always liked Sam.
He really gets
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
He really does.
He's got a little boy or a little girl?
Little girl.
Little girl, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, we all went up, and it was really cool because, Marlene's talking to the pilot about the way that things were when she was growing up. We went a little bit over by Crawford.
They had helicopters then?
Right.
Just kidding. Justin's like, you're going to hell.
Over to Crawfordsville where, she grew up, and then we went down to like.
Yeah, everywhere. Yeah.
It was really neat. And she was so excited.
Do you think you guys are going to jump out of a plane with her?
I told her I'd like to. I told her, I love skydiving.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't know, my legs might not.
You're fine.
They might not bounce as well as yours do.
A couple Chardonnays, you'll be good.
Exactly. Exactly.
Does she drink Chardonnay?
She does.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yep.
Isn't it funny? I know that. We all do.
Well, yeah, she's a mainstay.
Yeah.
But that just speaks to how well my team engages with the people that sit at their bar.
Yeah, we talk about that, right? The everyday GSD mentality, right? It's like it's not a solo sport,
right?
Right. I get up every morning, I work out, I do my 5,000 meters in the garage, and then I'll do my workout, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what motivates me is me,
mm-hmm.
right? It's discipline. There's a difference between discipline and motivation.
100%.
But the discipline, then behind me is Jonica, who is also doing the same thing. Mm-hmm. So if I'm slipping for some reason, she's there behind me. And when you guys are in the industry you're in, it's very easy to go down a rabbit hole of a bad direction.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys, your guys, all of you are so positive and supportive. Mm-hmm. And you can see that with the customers that go in there, but you can see it with your staff. Like when I walk in and Marshall's like, see you next week, or I'll see you tomorrow. Mm-hmm. That's not a goodbye. That's, I will see you. Mm-hmm. I'll see you later, not goodbye. And it's always like that. And I think that only comes from the top. Right. Well,
and it's funny that phrase is something that CT would say to everybody as they're leaving our restaurant. See you tomorrow.
Yeah.
See you tomorrow. And when we were trying,
it's real. I wasn't making that up. Yeah. Yeah.
And when we were trying to come up with a company, like a restaurant group over Monterey and Tiburon, like what does that look like for us? What is that called? And we played around with a few different things, but then all of a sudden it was like, oh, it's see you tomorrow.
That's awesome.
That's our brand.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you saw my license plate earlier. It's SYT.
Yeah.
See you tomorrow.
Yeah.
And that's.
And by the way, your car's badass.
Oh, I love it. Thank you.
We're gonna go out and look at it after the show, Justin. You're gonna dig it.
I don't know. You got some nice ones in your garage as well.
The show's not about me. It's about you.
But yeah, and it's cool because that's what you say to everybody as you're leaving too, right? When I leave on a Friday night, and it's like, I'm saying it because I will see you tomorrow, but also it just kind of imbibes who we are.
Yeah.
Right? We're all going to be there for each other tomorrow, just like we are today.
Yeah. I love it. Let me see. We've been at it almost a little over an hour. I want to make sure I'm conscious of your time. Is there anything that we did not touch on that we wanted to hit? I know we for sure wanted to mention the fitness company one more time.
Flexwork. Janice and Steve Pert.
Yeah.
They've changed my life. Good.
I'm glad. I do have a question, and this is going to sound really weird, but we've had we pre-record, but your hair looks very good. Your skin looks good, right? Clearly you're healthy, but where do you go and get your hair done?
I go to a place called Maine Muse.
Okay.
It's in Broad Ripple. A young lady named Krista. She's one of the owners.
Okay.
And I sat in a chair next to hers for a long time. One of my servers was actually a hairstylist there. She's now since moved to Utah. So I asked if I could sit in Krista's chair because I saw what she did.
Yeah.
But they've done amazing.
Yeah. They do a phenomenal job.
They really do. Thank you for saying that, by the way.
Oh, no problem. And it's obvious anyone who's watching the show, they're probably thinking that for the last hour. They're like, how come he's not saying anything about how nice her hair is? Let's talk about charity work. It's interesting because every time I've asked CT if he would help out or do anything with my charity Sweep Away Cancer, mm-hmm. The answer is yes. What do you need? Mm-hmm. It's not, what do you need? Let me get back to you. Monterey has supported the VFW, Veterans of Foreign War, multiple times. They were a sponsor for the military ball that we just had, as well as we did a steak dinner. And CT not only donated, I want to say it was like 120 steaks. It might have
sounds about right.
Yeah, I think it was about 120 steaks. But not only did he donate the steaks, this is a great story. He asked me, he goes, "Would you mind if I send my chef over just so they're cooked properly?" And I was like, "You don't think that we're gonna cook them properly?" He goes, No, you guys will cook them good. He goes, "But if you're gonna, are you pre-cooking them, or are you trying to serve 120 people all at once?" And I said, "We're gonna try to, as they come in, we're gonna cook them to order." He goes, "My chef can help out." And guess who cooked 120 steaks? Monterey. So not only did he donate all the steaks, he donated, when I say he, you guys, donated the staff to cook it. And then after the event was done, he asked me, he goes, "How did it go?" And I said, "Yeah, sorry," because he couldn't make it. I said, "It was an absolute home run." He goes, "Well, let me know when you want to do it again." It was like that quick. And donating for the military ball, he sponsored a table so veterans could actually be at the table. So he did the centerpiece, and you guys donated for the 9/11 event. You guys donated gift cards. There's so much charitable stuff you guys do that I think that no one knows, because it's not. You guys aren't like, "Look at me." You guys just do it because you're good people.
He doesn't want the recognition like that. He wants.
He's probably gonna be mad when he listens to this. He's like, "Why were you saying I do this?" And because he's a rock star, you're a rock star. All you guys are rock stars.
He is, and I think it's if I can, pivot to CT for a second.
Sure,
that's who he is.
Yeah,
inside and outside of those four walls. It's not like he puts on.
There's no show. That's him.
Yeah, it's not like he puts on that suit and then that's who he is to those people, right? That's how he is with his leadership team, right? He is always looking for what he can do for me as an individual outside of work.
Yeah.
Just to make life a little easier.
Keep talking. I'm going to look at something.
Yeah. And he does that for our hourly team members. He does it for his family. He does it for his neighbors. He is one of the most selfless individuals. And I think it's important that people know the CT you meet in the restaurant is exactly who he is all the time.
And that's kind of like, and I don't know if it's like, I say a Monterey mentality.
Sure.
But it's really a CT and you trickle down effect, right? You guys have these values that rolls over to your customers. There's bars and restaurants we can go to, walking distance from here, off of the main street, that the crowd is different.
Sure.
Right? But it resembles the people working there too. Does that make sense? And so now you go to a restaurant that, I think how you said it was beautiful. Two adults.
Ladies and gentlemen, serving ladies
Thank you.
and gentlemen.
Yeah, say that again for the audience, because I love this.
It's ladies and gentlemen serving ladies and gentlemen, and I cannot take credit for that.
Yeah.
At all. I think that's a Houston's thing.
Oh, whatever.
But I mean it.
Oh, they got great ribs.
Yeah.
Just for the record.
But it's so true, right? If all of my team treat all of you like ladies and gentlemen, you're gonna treat my team like ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, kill them with kindness.
And then it's two humans enjoying time together, right?
Yeah.
It's not this transactional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's awesome. Justin, did I miss anything?
No, man, I think you covered it. That was good.
I mean, I didn't cover it. She covered everything. Any advice in the GSD mentality, the Monterey way, the values you have, the values that you've instilled in the other employees in your team? Is there something, a message that you want to give to the audience about just getting shit done?
Maybe two things. One, I think you have to subscribe to life is good and always getting better.
Ooh, nice.
I'm a firm believer in it. And I think you need to position yourself in your own life in a way that you can truly believe that life is good, right? And that comes from true gratitude.
Right.
Not just being happy when things are good, but true gratitude.
Right.
And gratefulness goes a long way. So life is good and always getting better, and get to a point where you believe that about your life.
Yeah, I love it.
And the other is, chase your passion, not the money.
The money will come.
The money will come. Be good at what you do and the money will come, but you have to chase your passion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got CT a huge dollar bill, huge, blown up, and it's in his garage, hanging up. But it says, chase the vision, not the money.
Make excuses to win.
100%.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, listen, Sarah, it's been a pleasure to have you on the show. And again, thank you. Thank you to Monterey. Thank you to CT. Thank you for everything you do in our community. You guys are awesome. Your restaurant's awesome. The people you have working on your team are awesome. I have a little gift for you, a little everyday GSD shirt. We'll take some pictures after.
Thank you.
But you truly get shit done. So this is for you. And again, I want to thank you for being on the show. You're awesome. And I can't wait to go eat some good food at Monterey.
Thanks for having me.